The Honey Creek Resort in Appanoose County has been run by new private ownership since April. Beth Henderson is the president and CEO of the Honey Creek Resort, and she talked about why she and her husband decided to acquire the resort.
I'm originally from Iowa. I'm an Iowan. I love Iowa. My heart is here, even though we lived in Indiana for 30-some years. So I was thrilled when we found property in southern Iowa, beautiful part of Iowa that not a lot of people know about. And actually my grandfather grew up in Centerville and he founded AIB. So we've got family roots here. It just felt good to be back. We have an agriculture business and we were wanting to expand our business into Iowa. It just makes sense. So Honey Creek Resort made sense for us to bring clients in, do training here, house them here, because this is about all that's down here. But it's such an asset and such a wonderful resource. But Honey Creek was struggling, and then it was closed in the wintertime. So that's what compelled us to say, hey, this is such a hidden gem. I use that a lot, I know, but and it's such an important resource to southern Iowa. It is such an economic advantage to southern Iowa, so we really have got to make sure we do take advantage of it and make sure that it is successful. You just start getting excited about, oh my gosh, it's a beautiful place. We've got to make sure that this is here for the next generation.
Henderson explains that when they took over Honey Creek, the conditions were less than ideal.
The resort had gone through a pretty rough winter. It was closed over the winter months. So anytime you close a building, especially in Iowa in a cold winter, things happen. So there were a lot of things that needed to be done. Terry and I put together a staff and jumped right in and started freshening things up because we got the resort in April and we opened the doors the day after we got the keys. So we had to kind of work as we had guests at the resort. It was a bit of a challenge, but we did it. And again, we had a very dedicated staff and people who were excited about getting the resort back open and running and getting people here. So first thing we did was we started cleaning up and the landscaping. That was one of the first things we did. Terry talked about all the mulch that we had hauled in. And simple things like that can make a big difference pretty quickly.
Henderson says she wants the surrounding communities to know that Honey Creek Resort will be open year-round.
There's so much potential. People say, well, there's nothing to do year-round or in the wintertime here. Well, that's not correct. Iowans, we're hardy people and we find things to do in the wintertime. But we also have an indoor water park. So, if the weather's too bad, we've got things to do indoors. But we've got this beautiful outdoor space, the state park, we've got hiking, we've got trails. You can hike in the wintertime. And eventually we plan on building a tribute center, which will have an indoor putt-putt golf course. So we will be starting to offer things that you can do year-round. The other draw is bringing in groups that have conferences and conventions in the wintertime. Agriculture, that's when they do their training, when they do their meetings is in the wintertime because they're busy in the summer and the fall with farming. So we are really excited about partnering with the commodity groups, the ag companies, and getting groups in here to really enjoy this resort in the wintertime.
Looking into the future, Henderson says she has a big vision for the resort.
We want this to feel like Disney. When you walk or when you drive through the gate, you don't feel like you're in Iowa. You feel like you're, at a resort. And not that you don't feel like you're in Iowa, but it's a very special part of Iowa. And you just feel like, oh gosh, I can't wait to see what's going on here. There's going to be, so many different things that we offer, and we want people to want to come back year after year after year.
Among the changes the resort has seen over the recent months include a new depot that features root beer floats on the lower level and a bourbon bar upstairs. Additionally, the cabins have been repainted. Henderson says there will be more changes coming. For Tummo Radio News, I'm Ellis Kojo.